Welcome to our video presentation one for the subject ENGG687 Ethics, Law and Engineering Profession. Our topic is Bhopal gas tragedy, and we have equally divided the work among our group. Our group is group number 3, which consists of 4 members. First one is myself, Abhijit David. Second member is Aziza Hassan. Third member is Pooja Kode. Fourth member is Sabir Ahmed Mohammed Taksin. Myself, Abhijit David. I'm currently doing my second year master's of engineering in electrical and computer engineering. And I will be covering the topics discussions, which is in slide 8, and the slide 9, which includes the lessons learned from the whole case study. Now I will pass on to Ahsan.
Thank you, David. Yeah, I am Hassan, and currently I am second year master student in environmental engineering department. So I will be covering two parts. So first one is the key failure points to the Bhopal disaster, and another one is the ethical dilemma. Thank you.
My name is Pooja Khode. Currently, I'm doing first year Masters in Chemical Engineering in Energy and Environment. I will be covering technical error versus ethical dilemma and connection with the course material.
I'm Sabir Ahmed Mohammed Hossain. I'm the first year student of MEng Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. I'll cover the overview on the consequences of the case. So the Bhopal gas tragedy took place on the night of December 2nd, 1984 in Bhopal, India, at a pesticide plant owned by Union Carbide India Limited. Inside the plant was a storage tank containing methyl isocyanate MIC, a highly toxic and reactive chemical. Due to poor maintenance and several safety failures, more than 40 tons of MIC gas leaked into the air. Within hours, the gas spread across the whole neighborhood where thousands of people were sleeping. Many woke up coughing, choking, and even struggling to breathe. The gas stayed close to the ground, making it nearly impossible to escape. In the first few days, around 3,000 people lost their lives. But a later study estimates that the death toll reached around 15,000 to 20,000. More than a half a million people suffer from long-term health problems. Later revealed that several critical safety systems have been turned off to cut costs, including the refrigeration unit that kept the gas cool and the scrubber which could have neutralized the leak. These unethical cost-cutting choices turned what could have been a minor incident into a massive human tragedy. The effects didn't stop there. Decades later, many survivors still face chronic respiratory issues, vision loss, and birth defects. The soil and groundwater in Bhopal remain contaminated, continuing to harm new generations. Beyond the physical damage, the tragedy raises serious ethical and moral questions about corporate accountability, government oversight, and justice for the victims. Despite legal settlements, many families still believe that full justice was not delivered. In the end, the Bhopal gas tragedy reminds us that ethics and safety must always come first in engineering and business decisions. It shows that when profit and safety are on the same scale, human life should always weigh more. Now, my teammate will continue by discussing the ethical dilemma surrounding this case and how it continues to influence industrial practices and corporate responsibilities today.
So now I'm going to discuss about the key failure points which leading to the disaster. So the Bhopal disaster happened because of several failures came at the same time. The plant safety systems were not working when the gas was leaked. The MIC scrubber was turned off and the flare tower was not operating for several days, which was totally ignored. So nothing stopped the gas. And there was no proper emergency plan, so people living nearby had no warning system and did not know what to do. Many were asleep when the gas was spreading. The cost cutting made the things worse. There were fewer staff, less training, and poor maintenance. The government oversight was very weak to unsafe the conditions continued for years. The, the disaster also raised serious ethical issues. The company chose cost over the public safety, focusing on saving money instead of maintaining the safety systems. There were gaps in responsibility. And the parent company, which was Union Carbide, and the local branch in India, they blamed each other and delaying the accountability. Engineers also faced a conflict between their duty to protect the public health and the safety and following the company orders. So they knew about the problems, they knew about everything, but they had nothing to do. And there was also a lack of transparency. The company did not fully inform the community and leaving the people unprepared. So this is the end of my part, and Pooja and David will continue the rest. Thank you.
The Bhopal gas tragedy is a powerful example of how ethical failures and technical negligence can combine into catastrophe. On the technical side, a leaky pipe allowed water to mix with the MIC, triggering a runaway chemical reaction. The cooling and gas scrubber systems were non functional, and warning alarm failed to alert workers in time. But beneath these technical faults were serious ethical failures. To cut a cost, company replaced stainless steel with the normal steel, leading to corrosion, frequent leaks in pipes, and storage tank. Workers were poorly trained, struggled to handle dangerous chemicals safely. What makes this even more alarming is in one of the internal report from the Union Carbide had already identified risk of runaway exothermic reaction in MIC storage tank because of several defects in the system in early warning sign, but no corrective actions were taken and ignored by engineering staff. This was not just an incident, it was a preventable tragedy born from negligence, cost cutting, and ethical failures. This case directly connects to the course material. Ethics is about human actions. In this case, ethics did not reflected in their work. The APEGA Code of Ethics reminds us that engineer must protect public safety, act with the integrity. This case teaches us that technical knowledge always guided by ethical judgment. As an engineer, we must make a decision that balances efficiency, safety, and humanity, ensuring such a tragedy is never to happen again.
The Bhopal gas tragedy wasn't just a technical or a mechanical failure, it was a deep ethical breakdown at multiple levels. First, from a corporate standpoint, Union Carbide prioritized cost cutting over safety. Several critical systems like MSA scrubber, flare tower were shut down to save money. This decision directly violated the moral duty companies have to protect people before profit. Second, engineers at the plant faced a serious ethical dilemma. Many were unaware of unsafe conditions, but corporate pressure and the fear of job loss prevented them from taking stronger action. As engineers, our first responsibility is to protect public health and safety. Third, government oversight was weak. Regulators failed to enforce basic safety standards or ensure emergency preparedness. This highlights how ethics is not limited to individuals, but it's also about the system and the institution acting responsibility. Overall, this tragedy reminds us that engineering ethics go beyond technical skills. From this case, we can take away several lessons that are highly relevant today. First, human safety must always come before profit. No business goal can justify putting lives at risk. Second, engineers and organizations need to build a stronger culture of safety. Ethics isn't reactive, it's proactive. Regular maintenance, training, emergency planning are the moral obligations, not optional cost. Third, there must be accountability without borders. When multinational corporations operate in different countries, they must uphold the same ethical and safety standards everywhere. Fourth is the transparency and communication. The community has a right to know the risk and how to respond in a crisis. Fifth, engineers must practice moral courage to speak up when they see danger, even under pressure. Finally, true ethics go beyond compliance. Following the law is minimum. Acting with conscience and compassion is what defines professional integrity. The Bhopal disaster teaches that the engineering without ethics is engineering without humanity. And as a future engineers, that's something we must never forget. By this, we conclude the video presentation number 1. Thank you.